Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponicate Poster, and we did a little more chatting with our friends.
How did Varric, of all people, become the Viscount of Kirkwall? A mystery for the ages.
I hear you've been rebuilding the Seekers.
Slowly, but yes. I managed to find a few of my former comrades who'd scattered to the winds. Some of them were unsuitable, and I did not ask them to return. Others felt as I did, once they read the Lord Seeker's tome. We've since recruited a few candidates who are going through training now, with full disclosure. What comes after this, I cannot be certain. I am making it up as I go along.
Kind of a nice little callback there.
Sounds familiar.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
So what do you think of the Chantry?
You ask me just to poke at me and see if I react, don't you? It is what it is. Most Holy's reforms are interesting, to say the least. I hope they last once Liliana is gone. Regardless of what I think, it could have been far worse.
If Viv is the Divine,
You
she's
and I both
pretty
remember
much...
the dark times
The
we
Chantry
faced.
is now shit and I
Sadly,
hate her.
Others have far shorter memories.
What do you think of the Exalted Council?
They are frightened of your power, and there is no longer a hole in the sky to remind them that it was needed.
Real subtle butts.
Maybe what they need is a quick reminder of that power.
Only if you want to stiffen their resolve. Even so, I would wait and see where this leads. Calmer heads may yet prevail.
When has that ever been the case?
I'm an optimist. Just ask Varric.
I'll see you later.
Farewell.
So it sounds like Cassandra's been making some good progress in reforming the Seekers. And Gatlock was all over the fucking place. Oh dear. This picture is crooked. See what Bull has to say about all this.
Wish I hadn't burned all my contacts with the Ben Hasrath. Be nice to have some idea what they're doing right now.
Yeah, but then you'd be on their side, Chief.
Yes, but I'd know things. I like knowing things.
What can you tell me about the Kunari we're dealing with?
These aren't Ben Hasrath. They're specialists, working for a Viddasala. Ben Hasrath handle normal security. The Viddasala's people focus entirely on magic. They find it, they study it, they neutralize it. And they must be desperate if they're using Alluvians. I'd expect them to shatter any mirror they find.
I'll talk to you later.
Anytime, boss.
Yeah, this whole thing sounds kind of fucked up with the Viddasala. I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do here. Checking on Sarah's journal again, have a couple more changes. In the last video, we told her that we were upset about all the shit with the Elven Gods. And it says, not alright, wait and help somehow. Again, good to see that maturity from Sarah. But if you said, nah, it doesn't bother me, she's more like, right on, I knew the Inquisitor would be fine, blah, blah, blah.
Kunari first, mix with elves, add dwarfs. Ugh, doesn't anyone drink their booze one at a time anymore? And the elves here are still squirrely.
We'll talk later.
Count on seeing you, yeah?
The Kunari will feel the loss of their lyrium. It is not an easy commodity to come by. You've done well. The Exalted Council, meanwhile, has deadlocked.
Well, fuck those guys.
This is what you do best, Josephine.
I should hope so. But eventually your hand must be at the wheel. You will be called in soon. Move boldly and swiftly, and you may decide the outcome. You are their equal here, Inquisitor. It is time we reminded them of it.
Okay, back in the Crossroads. We didn't do this the first time around. There's another little side area to get to.
This goes everywhere, even places that aren't anymore.
Meh. Jail's kind of fucked up. Well, it's a mystery as to what's going to happen here.
Watch out!
And so here on our box is the last thing we need for the Integument, the armor. The armor itself. And once you get that, then you'll have the schematic to make it for light, medium, and heavy armors. So there you go. Now back inside the area we were before, we're going to head on over to the other place and get the last of those stairs up. And I picked up this Veilfire torch. It was where we dropped it when we left last time. It didn't despawn for some reason. It saved me running to get some Veilfire, so I just picked it up. Interesting piece of loot here. Fade-touched honeycomb. You can now put bees on whatever you want in crafting. And that island over there that's floating, it looks like you might be able to jump to it. You can't. There's nothing on there, and there are invisible walls surrounding it, so even if you make the jump, you just bounce off and die. Don't do it, kids. Stairs, stairs, more stairs.
More dead Kunari with terrified expressions.
Welcome, and listen to the last words of those who walked this place. If we get out of here, I will end Fen-Haral. After he held back the sky to imprison the gods, the dread wolf disappeared. Lies. We must tear down the veil, the cities, the pathways. Without magic, they're crumbling. You're wasting your time. Fen-Haral's veil has turned our empire to ruins.
So, The ancient elven empire collapsed because the veil weakened magic.
Like damming a river. Rely on it for water all your life. What happens when it disappears?
An empire run on more magic than we have ever seen. Perhaps it's best its little secrets remain lost.
That's kind of an odd comment coming from Viv, although she has been pretty conservative as far as magic goes. She does believe it's dangerous, should be regulated, so on and so forth. But all that magic would give her a hell of a lot more power. And this is what we have the torch for. Oh no! They got fucked up. And that's a pretty damn good amulet. Warrior or rogue, if you get hit, you generate barrier, much like the Knight Enchanter. And I picked that up again, but that's really the only place you need it. And this is an interesting entry. Harden Hightown chapter, whatever. If you have Varric with you, he says, I didn't write this. And it also changes. I've seen 2 different variations, and I'm not sure what causes it to change. In the other one, it's kind of a romantic ending. I guess this one could be a romantic ending too, depending on how you interpret it. So apparently, even in the Fade, Varric has people who appreciate him, and now they're writing fanfic for him. This is how we argue over shit, I guess. And get our egg, and that should be the last of it.
That should be enough stairs. Let's see if we can reach the inverted alluvion now.
And I caught out all the run back, and when you get back to that central area, there's a little surprise for you. And I do like Cole. Hello.
They're false.
And they're speaking Elvish here. I'm sure someone somewhere online has made a translation. Press button. Press button.
Denard.
Got grenades, might as well use them.
Tiram Biramalas. Severa Nova.
I think that's Elvish for, oh god, these fucking bees. And now we're back where we should be.
Survivor of the breach, herald of change, hero of the South.
The Viddasala, I presume.
After fulfilling your purpose at the breach, it is astonishing to hear you still walked free among your people. Your duty is done, Inquisitor. It is time to end your magic.
It's not really magic.
The anchor repairs tears in the veil. I would think you'd approve of that.
Is that all it does? Tell me, why hold your hand as if it's begun to pain you? I am no stranger to catastrophe, but this chaos in the South defies comprehension. The Qun left your people to curb your own magic. You've amply proven we should have stepped in long ago.
Is that what Dragon's Breath is for? Murdering our heads of state just to control our magic?
Do you believe closing the breach solved everything? That its consequences stopped there? The day we saw the breach, the Qun decided its action. We would remove your leaders and spare those who toil. This agent of Fenharel has disrupted everything. Lives that were to be spared, lost for him.
Who is this agent? Why do you think they work for the Inquisition?
Kill the Inquisitor, then follow me to the Darvarad.
And so we got some dudes to fight. But that's rather interesting. So she says that the Qun decided, and she says that regardless of whether or not you allied with them, and Bull is still with the Qun. So it's not really explained at the time. You ask Bull, what is this? Why are you invading? And his answer is, this has to be an unsanctioned op. But the Viddasala says that the Qun decided. We got a bunch of dudes here, so we're just gonna spam them with all sorts of shit. And that's just fun as all hell. Get them by these barrels and detonate. We fucked those guys up. And we have a keystone. The description for that shield is pretty amusing. Apparently it was owned by somebody that in tournaments would fart and extremely distract all of his opponents. So if you equip it, it emits an obnoxious odor. And I guess the Kunari haven't been able to put two and two together. They talk positively about Solus, and the good things he did, but then they talk about Fen Harel and yada yada yada. I guess they don't know that the mage that created the Veil and Fen Harel are one and the same.
These are Viddasala's papers. She brought mages here to research strengthening the Veil. It explains why the Kunari thought it was worth camping here.
And up on this ledge, there's a treasure chest, and you can use that thing there to platform, but we're gonna do it in style. And you might be able to see that blue fire up there, kind of to the left. That's a total cheat. There's a chest back there, but if you go up and go through it, it's not openable. God damn it. So don't go up there. It's pointless.
No wonder the Kunari translated notes into our language. It was for their non-Kunari spies.
Press button. Press button.
Visitors, patrons, welcome. The halls are open.
Can you tell me where a Kunari called Viddasala went?
Yes, we heard much, although she fooled herself into thinking we could not hear. Take a keystone to the Davarad. I will join you there soon and take stock of our remaining Gatlock powder.
What a coincidence.
I found a keystone with one of the Kunari.
Yes, and you need words for their key. Maras Nira. It glows. It will open the way to the Davarad. May you find what you seek. In coming here, you strengthened the paths. I can now raise one, if you wish to go.
Yeah, we want to go.
You've been very helpful.
Gil Dethal was what the Elven called me. One who guides seekers of knowledge true. I was connection. One city could read the records of another. One Elven feel the memories of another. When the veil fell upon us, I marked the end of all they knew.
That's kind of a shame.
We've got to find the Davarad and corner Viddasala there.
I've been through some battles as a warden, fighting one group of darkspawns the same as another. Back with the Inquisition, and a moment later we're battling secret Kunari assassins in a dream library.
Did you expect anything less?
I wouldn't have missed this for anything.
I'm glad you're here, Tom.
Your agents confirm there are Gatlock battles in Denerim's palace?
Yes, and in Valroyo and across the Free Marches. The Winter Palace is not the only target.
The Kunari are one order from destroying every noble house in the known world.
There is a bright side. Warning the ambassadors will remind them of the Inquisition's value.
Not when the Inquisition is responsible for that threat.
God, what do we do now?
I take it you have new information?
The elven servant handling the barrels confessed to working for the Kunari.
But the servant was Orlesian. That implicates Orlais, not us.
But the barrels arrived at the Winter Palace on the Inquisition supply manifest.
How are we supposed to fight a war when we can't even trust our own people?
Do you know who got the barrels onto the Inquisition manifest?
Yes, several of the Inquisition's elven workers have gone missing. I had their backgrounds checked. They joined the Inquisition after fleeing the chaos in Kirkwall.
I remember when Kirkwall was at its worst. Many of the city's elves converted to the Qun, trying to find a better life.
Thanks,
and the Kunari
Kirkwall.
turned them into spies.
The Inquisition stopped Corypheus and saved the world. We can't let an outside threat change who we are.
I fought to protect the Inquisition in this exalted council. And for what? So we could deceive and threaten those we claimed to protect?
Once we locate the spies...
This isn't about the spies. You hid the Kunari body. You've all but seized control of the Winter Palace.
We did what was right, not what was politically convenient.
Do you know what this has cost us with Orlais and Ferelden? They are planning to dismantle us as we speak. And perhaps they are right.
Get sweary, buds.
Shit, damn it! We save Ferelden, and they're angry. We save Orlais, and they're angry. We close the breach twice, and my own hand wants to kill me. Could one thing in this fucking world just stay fixed? I need to get to the Davarad. You can all fight amongst yourselves once I'm back.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Would you like us to inform the Exalted Council of the danger?
Yeah, we're not total assholes.
Yes. If we fail, the Exalted Council needs to know what happened.
I will inform them personally.
Leliana, I can...
No, your job is hard enough already. This is my responsibility.
I'll have guards ready at the Alluvion, in case the Kunari attack the palace.
Make a watch over you.
That's gonna do it for this episode of Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition.